So there are three main axioms in logic that we take for granted. There's the law of non-contradiction, the law of identity, and the law of excluded middle. And these logical axioms are required because without them you cannot prove the validity or truth of anything else. If you do not have a pre-existing true statement, then you cannot use the logical machinery that you have to prove anything as true. And I got to thinking that these laws are somewhat arbitrary, made up, etc., when I realized that the double slit experiment verified that the law of identity does not hold. And I say this because particles were observed to be in more than one location at the same time. And so if now this is not a proof that the law of identity does not hold, because you can only prove things with logical statements, and an experiment does not prove anything, it only demonstrates it to an arbitrary degree of certainty. But I feel very confident that the experiment and its conclusions were valid, and I feel confident that the law of identity does not hold in this universe. And so I would wonder then, do we know for certain that the law of non-contradiction holds in this universe? It probably does, just from observation, but there is no necessary reason why it has to. There is no reason why it wouldn't work if you don't have a law of non-contradiction. And so my question would be whether or not you can conceive of a universe in which the law of non-contradiction does not hold. Can you demonstrate to any degree of certainty that it's required for things to exist in some form? And taking it a step further, can you show that it is necessarily true in all conceivable universes, in all conceivable forms of existence? I don't think that you can. I think that there is nothing that is necessarily true or false, and truth itself may not even exist in any form other than what we made up ourselves. Because, as you know, if the law of non-contradiction does not hold, then a thing can be both true and false at the same time. And so truth doesn't really have any meaning.